think I'm mentally prepared for this, but here we go. I am slowly dying. This challenge is killing me.
I don't think I've ever read a more wild 20 pages. I'm unwell. Pray for me. What? I'm obsessed.
Only for booktube. Only for booktube. I'm gonna go pass out now. Hello book besties, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ellie in case you're new here, and today we're doing a slightly different video. So I've seen a lot of my favorite booktubers do this trend, I guess you could say. If you haven't already guessed by the title of the video, we are going to be reading for 24 hours today. I'm probably going to regret that decision. I'm really hoping this challenge helps me tackle my never-ending, constantly growing TBR. I don't really know how many books I can read in 24 hours. I'm kind of a slower reader, so I don't know what is a reasonable amount to expect to read, but I did pick out some books already, and because I have been reading a whole lot of romance lately, I figured we would switch to a different genre, and I decided we're gonna read thrillers. I'm hoping that the thrillers will be thrilling and that they'll help me stay awake, but we will see. So on today's list, we have these 4 books. I'm not a huge thriller reader. I haven't read that many, but I have read The Hunting Party and The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley, and then Local Woman Missing by Mary Kubica, and Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. So I have I've dipped my toes into the thriller world, but I'm hoping to find some new favorite authors out of these books. I did still pick one Lucy Foley book, The Guest List, just in case, because I already know her writing style and I already know that I'll probably most likely like this book. So this is kind of the safety net in case I don't like the other ones. Then we have The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. I hope I'm saying that right. This book has been so highly recommended by so many people, and it's been on my TBR for forever. So we're finally getting to it, hopefully. And then we have 2 books by Miss Alice Feeney. I feel like she's the thriller queen at this point, and this book in particular, Rock, Paper, Scissors, is everybody's favorite. So I feel like I'm gonna save this one for last because I have high expectations for this one. And then finally we have Daisy Darker by Alice Feeney, and I think this is her newest book. To be honest, I don't know much about any of these books, but I think I'm going to start with Daisy Darker just because I have 2 Alice Feeney books in this stack, and so I figure I kind of want to spread them out. So we're going to start with this one. Okay, so it is currently a little bit past 4 p.m. and I'm just gonna set a timer on my iPad since I'm filming on my phone, and we are gonna get reading, I guess. So let the challenge begin. Okay, I just got to chapter 10, and I think I have a better idea of what this book is about now. So it's obviously about Daisy Darker and the whole Darker family. They are all coming together for a family reunion at the grandmother's house. Basically, they're stranded there overnight. Unsurprisingly, Grandma ends up dead. I think this is now going to be a murder mystery about who killed Grandma. And there's a whole little poem that's written on the wall by Nana's body. I honestly don't know what any of this means. It's probably clues and foreshadowing, but I don't know. I don't know. So I'm just gonna keep reading and we'll see where this goes. Oh my god. I don't even know where to start. This book was so good. I kind of want to leave my final thoughts on each book for the very end, but I will say that this is probably my new favorite thriller that I've read. I guess that means we have officially finished the first book of this challenge. It is a little past 11, and we have a little under under 17 hours. I think I'm probably going to end up reading The Silent Patient next. I don't know much about this book, but I think it has to do with a psychiatrist and his patient and some sort of mystery. I don't know, but we're going to find out. I'm going to get out of these jeans and into some cozy clothes, and we're going to start book 2 of this reading challenge. So let's do it. Good morning, guys. I'm unwell. I'm almost done with The Silent Patient. When I tell you I have read 300 pages and nothing has happened, but at the same time so much has happened. I only have 20 pages left of this book, and I still have no idea what the heck is going on. I have so many theories about who did what and whether or not Alicia, I'm going to call her Alicia because I like how it sounds better. I still don't know whether or not she is guilty. I don't know what to think. So anyway, I need to finish these 20 pages immediately, so I'm just gonna... Oh my god. I don't think I've ever read a more wild 20 pages in my life. What the heck? I'm obsessed. What? Okay. Everyone and their mother needs to read this book if you haven't already, because again, I'm late to the party on this one, but if you haven't read this book, please, for the love of God, read this book. I really feel like this might be the favorite of this video. I don't know, but it's gonna be pretty hard to top this one. Okay, so update otherwise, it is officially almost 11 in the morning. We have less than 6 hours left. We have like 5.5. I don't know if it's enough time for me to finish another book. I'm sorry I couldn't update you throughout the night, but I just didn't want to wake up my family. So I was kind of switching between the audiobook of The Guest List and The Silent Patient.
And I'm almost done with the audiobook of the guest list. I've been listening to it on like 1.5 to 2x speed, just because otherwise it was like a 10-hour audiobook, and obviously I didn't have that kind of time. But I think what I need to do now, because I have been stuck in my room for so long, and I'm getting a little bit stir crazy and obviously tired. I think my plan is to just go to a cafe somewhere and try to read there instead. Maybe get some coffee, because I'm struggling. And yeah, like I said, I think I'm going to be finishing the guest list on Audible and then starting Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. So let's do this. Home stretch. Pray for me.
I am slowly dying. This challenge is killing me. So I finished The Guest List by Lucy Foley, and it was pretty good. I think it was in the same vein as some of her other books. Now, technically speaking, it's already been an hour past the time when I started this challenge yesterday, but I'm determined to just finish Rock, Paper, Scissors, and then I will say that I'm done with this challenge. So at this point, it's probably gonna be over 24 hours, only for BookTube. Only for BookTube. Oh my god, I need my emotional support squishmallow here. I lied. I don't think I can do it. You guys, I'm so tired. I can't even function at this point. I need to sleep. So it's been 24 hours. I did the best I could do. I do still want to finish this book before I give my final thoughts, but that's gonna have to be on a different day because I need sleep. I'm gonna go pass out now.
Hi, guys. So it is another day. As you know, I finished the full 24 hours of the reading challenge, and I finished 3 full books in that time, and then I had started Rock, Paper, Scissors, and then I just crashed. I couldn't do it anymore. So it is another day. I've been reading the book. I'm almost done. I have like 40-ish pages left, and I just got past one of the big plot twists or reveals of the story, which kind of blew my mind. But now I don't know what else is going to happen for the next 40 pages. Like, I thought that was the big moment, but there's 40 more pages, so more has to happen. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be wild. This is getting so good. I don't know where this is going, but it's stressing me out. What? No. No. What? I need a minute to process this, and then we'll talk about it. Yeah.
Okay, I've collected myself, and I think I'm ready to talk about the books. Oh, and apparently Cassie's gonna help me. Are you gonna help? Okay, so I think I'm going to talk about the books in the order in which I read them. So we're starting with Daisy Darker by Alice Feeney. Now, like I said, this one follows Daisy Darker and her family on a weekend away at the grandmother's house. And at the start of the weekend, the grandmother informs the family that she has finalized her will and that almost all of them are going to be getting nothing, except for Trixie, who is Daisy Darker's niece. Obviously, the family isn't happy about that, and little grandma ends up dead. So then the rest of the book is just a murder mystery about who killed grandma. I didn't necessarily guess the ending, but I'm also one of those people that doesn't read thriller mysteries to figure out the ending, if that makes sense. So I'm kind of a bad judge of how easy it is to guess the ending. But I will say with Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell, I did guess that ending and it was pretty obvious. This is not that obvious of an ending. I still think it was kind of a shocker, in my opinion. But I think I ended up giving this one 4 out of 5 stars just because I didn't think that the plot line was that unique. Like, I think murder mysteries related to wills and estates and inheritances are kind of overdone at this point. Like, I think there's a lot of books with that plot line, so that was a little less intriguing to me and a little less unique, but otherwise, I loved this book. I loved the writing, and I still would definitely recommend it. So 4 out of 5 stars for this one. We started off strong. And then after that one, I started The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. Really hope I'm saying that right. And this book broke my brain. I think it's about 320 pages, and you don't get to the plot twist until like the last 20 pages. Like, this man holds you in suspense the entire time. I did not figure out what the heck was going on. I was so confused. I didn't even come close to guessing the ending. I was so shook. You saw. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but without giving too much away, this book follows Miss Alicia Berenson, and she is accused of murdering her husband. Now, when the police find her in their home, they find her with the gun standing next to her dead husband, who's been shot multiple times, but they don't end up convicting her because she stops talking. She goes completely silent, as the name suggests, and doesn't say a word. And so instead of being sent to prison for her husband's murder, she is basically convicted of criminal insanity and sent to a psychiatric facility where she meets Theo Faber, and he becomes her psychiatrist, and he is determined to get her to talk. He's convinced that he can prove her innocence. And so the whole book, you're kind of getting mostly Theo's perspective in the present time of him treating Alicia and trying to get her to talk. And then you get Alicia's perspective from her diary entries. I really did love the writing. I thought it was very gripping. And considering that he kept me waiting for the plot twist for 300 pages, I'm kind of impressed that he kept me interested. I loved this book so much. I gave it 5 stars, and it is probably my new favorite thriller mystery ever. 100% recommend. So good. So good. And then we move on to The Guest List by Lucy Foley. Now, like I said in the beginning, I've read a couple of other Lucy Foley books already. So this was my 3rd Lucy Foley book. I feel like I'm already pretty comfortable with her writing style. This book in particular takes place at a wedding, and it is a wedding on a very remote island, of course. So you follow the perspectives of all of the guests. So the bride, the groom, all of their groomsmen, bridesmaids, family members in the days leading up to the wedding and then the wedding itself. So I think you find out pretty early on that someone is dead at the party, but you don't know who it is. So you're basically following all the perspectives of the guests as they are going through the wedding, and then when they find out who is dead, and then who killed that person. So that's basically all I can say because I don't want to give anything away, but it was good. I think it's pretty reminiscent of The Hunting Party. Honestly, I think they're a little too similar. And something about Lucy Foley's writing just isn't as gripping to me. I don't think it's her writing as much as the way that her books are structured. Each chapter is a different character's perspective, and so it feels faster paced for that reason, because you're constantly switching between perspectives. But I feel like something about that just isn't as satisfying to me. I like having descriptions of the scenery, just something other than one character talking about what they're experiencing, and that's all this book is. I don't know, something about it just wasn't hitting. I feel like I'm not explaining it well, but if you've read this book and you have any thoughts or opinions on it, please leave it in the comments below. In fact, if you read any of these books and you have any thoughts or opinions, please write them below, because I would love to talk about all of these books. But this one was probably only a 3 out of 5 stars for me. Good, but not great, I guess. And then finally, we have Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. Everybody and their mother was talking about this book, so I knew I had to read it. I didn't technically finish this one within the 24 hours, but I started it and I said, I'm gonna finish it. So I did. And I'm so glad I did, because this book was so good. Now, technically on Goodreads, I saw that this one isn't rated as highly as The Silent Patient. I think it's like 3.8 stars or something like that. I gave it 5 stars because I loved it. And it always makes me question if my rating is accurate, if the Goodreads rating is less. But you know what? I liked this book, so 5 stars, okay? It definitely threw me for a loop. It threw me for several loops, honestly. I think the first major plot reveal, like I said, was around the 250 page mark, so pretty late in the game. And then after that, I kind of thought that was going to be the end, like that was going to be the only plot twist. No, there were at least 3 other plot twists that I did not see coming. It was wild. It was a wild ride for the last 40 pages, and I'm in love. So this book specifically follows Amelia and Adam, who are a married couple, and their marriage is kind of in trouble and on the rocks, and they want to go on a trip to try and see if they can salvage their marriage. And then Amelia ends up winning a free stay at a chapel in the remote, it's always remote, the remote Scottish Highlands. But when they get there, things start getting very strange. Strange things start happening. And I'm just gonna leave it at that, because I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, but let's just say it's wild. I think I've decided Alice Feeney is now one of my go-to thriller authors, because I really loved her writing style, and I now want to read a bunch of her other books. So yeah, but that is all of the books. So the 24-hour reading challenge is officially done. And I will say, I would not recommend doing this. I'm still honestly recovering from that. You can see the bags under my eyes, and I am still unwell. I may do it again. I might do it differently and try a different method where I break it up into multiple days, because doing it all at once nearly killed me. But I did really like getting the chance to find some new authors. I fell in love with some new authors, and I fell in love with the thriller mystery genre in general. I think I'm definitely going to start reading more thrillers and mysteries now, because I'm obsessed. So if you have any good recommendations, please leave them in the comments below, along with your thoughts on any of these books if you've read them. And yeah, I think that's everything. So I'm gonna go sleep more, and I'll see you guys in the next video.